I'm Michael from Queensland, Gold Coast, Australia. A vibrant city, very sunny, blue skies, golden sand beaches. 15 years ago, I left my place of birth, New Zealand, to a new life across the Tasman. And I must say it would be the legacy of me from failure to success in over 15 years and an abundance of opportunity. Finding my reality here was a dream come true. It's a beautiful part of Queensland, Australia. It's a great place to bring family up. Been here so long, if people ask me where I'm from, I tell them that I'm basically a Queenslander. Today I would say the Gold Coast is the best city to reside in. Being around the world, coming home, you realise home sweet home, and what it's like when you come back to the Gold Coast. Now, my wife and I have been together for over 2 decades now. We have 2 beautiful, vibrant children, and she's the love of my life. And we have built I wouldn't say an empire, but we built a strong foundation for us to reside here in Australia as Queenslanders. And what I'm about to talk to you about is a positive story, and also it's a negative story. This is the second part to the introduction that I have placed on my YouTube channel, the TI effect. It's my way to tell people here in Australia and around the world, why are we TIs, targeted individuals, and why are we going through this system, this program that they have installed in us. Now, the idea is to let everyone know that there is a positive side to it, and yes, there is. Even though you are being run through the gauntlet from these people we call perpetrators and their handlers, there are ways to basically keep yourself safe, keep your family safe in a positive way, and not to go across the boundary. And what I mean by going across the boundary is trying to do things that are not so good, that they believe that you are going to achieve or do not so good, which will be an accreditation for them. So yes, it's a positive, but it also is a negative story. It's my way of telling people, targeted individuals around the world, that you're not alone. There are millions of us globally. So welcome to the TI Effect channel. It's a non-monetized, it's a non-advertised channel. It's basically to share and interact globally on a positive note. So what is gangstalking? Why are we as individuals gangstalked? I didn't really find out that the word gangstalking until about 6 months ago. And I actually thought years ago that I was going crazy. I know now I wasn't. But I guess you had to go through their system. You had to go through that Orwellian system that they had premeditated, given it to you. Could it have been a way for them to research to see how far you would stretch yourself to go and pass the boundaries on their side, or a way for you to say, right, I can't take it anymore. How can I get out of this? In reality, there's a lot of TIs that have perished in this program, and it's very sad, because all people within that are targeted individuals like myself, all we need to do is to listen, adapt, understand the differences, understand the challenges that we've all gone through, and how to implicate that into making it a safer, more positive side than trying to go across that finish line, their boundary that they presume that you will cross over. Trust me, I've had many challenges, and it's been very, very hard. But I guess we have to follow through, and I believe that I'm one of the lucky, well, I won't say lucky ones, I'll say I'm one of the tough ones, one of the strong ones that have had enough of it, and just want to say, well, enough is enough. You know, why have you made me this targeted individual? Why, when I'm out in the community, why are you gang stalking me? Why are these certain people in these certain areas every time I'm in a certain place, like simply dropping my children, my son off to school, or even simply going down to the swimming pool where I reside? You know, so there's many challenges, and there have been many bully tactics, but I guess you have to be used to that, and you have to get used to it, because if you don't, you will perish within what they're trying to do to achieve, to make you do whatever the ultimatum that they want you to do. And over time, I'm going to go through these systems. I'm going to do set charts and infographics, and show people there is a way around it positively, without trying to be part of that system that they have made us in this program we called Gangstalking. It's a way to sort of get out there and be free by living, not by fear of being stuck inside and worrying about what's going to happen the next day. And not myself, many of us, we're going to share a lot of the information. And as I said, this is about all targeted individuals around the world. We need to congregate and, you know, talk about the issues, understand the issue, and how can we overcome those specific issues as targeted individuals. Now, I have my Stay Strong in the World Today site, where it will have everything on there from my own experiences, and showing others that have been part of the system their experiences, and actually showing you a professional and reality side of gang stalking and being a targeted individual by the Vice journalism, which I believe they've done a absolutely fantastic job, specifically when majority of TIs do come from the UK and the US, and I don't know why, but it's time to shake the system up and say enough is enough. Why have you persecuted us as these targeted individuals? And why? Because we're innocent people. Why do you believe that we are a menace to society? We are public enemies, and I am going to fight this. It's my way of saying this is fighting the good fight, to basically eradicate this gang stalking system and get rid of it altogether all over the world. Now, I believe, and a lot of research that I've done over the last few years, that the governments all around the world have been using these systems, and the history of it, I'm not going to go into that, I'll go into it at a later time. But what it does is they have these people, they pay these people. There's a community of gang stalking where people are paid to harass certain targeted individuals like myself, anywhere and everywhere. They'll do all sorts of things. They will say to people, they have a communicator system where they will relate to people, hey, here he is, he's coming around the corner. So of course they'll have some sort of tracking device, or they'll have some sort of app to follow you around and give you all sorts of nonsense or whatever. My job is to eradicate that. My job is to let them know that enough is enough. It's illegal. These people think that they can get away with it. My job is to make sure that we can catch them out and put them away where they should be in the first place, in prison, and arresting these not so good people that have been doing this for quite some time. Myself as a targeted individual, we've basically had enough of the rubbish, and this is global and it's horrible. And there's millions of us that have been part of this system, this Orwellian system. And my job is to make sure that I give every targeted individual information for them to take back, to say you're not alone. You're just part of the system, but there is a way to be positive and not to go more over to the side that they believe. If they get you over that boundary from where they want to, where they want you to go, that basically is probably the end of you. Now, there's many experiences. I've been through hundreds and hundreds of experiences. I believe 2013, 14, 15, 16 and 17 were my hardest hits. I've been attacked from these guys left, right and centre. If I can go back to when I didn't even know that it existed, I would say probably 13 years worth as a targeted individual. And there's more sinister things that these guys have done, and their achievements now, we know we're basically stopping them in their tracks. They will fail, they're going to keep failing, and my job is to make sure that they fail until we arrest the perpetrators, until we get these perpetrators and let them know that this is illegal, and specific real evidence to let them know, right, enough is enough, it's time to shut you guys down. So what we're part of is the TI effect. What I'm building is a anti-gangstalking movement. It's a peaceful movement. It's a positive movement where everyone who have been vilified, who have been attacked by certain gangstalking, especially community gangstalking, which is fairly huge in certain social areas. So we are going to make sure that we end this system, not only in one place, but everywhere around the world. There's many of us that we're coming together to finally say enough is enough, let's eradicate this. And the best message and the best peaceful message is to get it out online on a positive note. People believe you must, what is it? Is it from the left or is it from the right? We don't care. We're censor. All we want to do is to make sure that this does not happen anymore. And the shocking stories that I've read and researched on many people that have disappeared or have been actually murdered as targeted individuals, we want to shut that down. We want to shut that socialist side, the dark side of socialism down, because we know it is illegal. We know that there are rogue agencies and rogue governments, people in higher status of government positions or anywhere else that are very high corporations. This is how they get to certain people like myself. It's a way of saying, we've got you, we're going to make sure that we get you. I'm saying enough is enough. I've been through it. I have been attacked and will keep on being attacked until this is finally finished. So my job is to let people know that you're not alone. joined the TI effect. What it is a peaceful movement to say, this is enough. We've had enough of this gang stalking rubbish. We want it to cease and we want it to finish, and we want the perpetrators that have been doing it to us, especially the handlers, to be taken and in front of a court of law and imprisoned, because these guys have been making a ton of money of targeted individuals. We're only small fry, but in the long run, this is going to be a movement to build. And as I said, there's millions and millions of targeted individuals. If we all come together as a unity and understand the concepts that we've gone through, and saying to all these governments around the world, this is enough. The time is now. Thank you.